Assalamualaikum. Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm excited to share this presentation with you. My name is Siti Musafira Arif from Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Indonesia. Today, I'd like to present our study with the title Evaluating the Role of Neutrophil Lymphocyte Ratio and Monocyte Lymphocyte Ratio as Prognostic Markers for Leprosy Disease Activity. A pre- and post-control study in Makassar, South Sulawesi. Background: leprosy is neglected tropical disease in Indonesia, although still endemic, especially in South Sulawesi. The severity of leprosy determined by the regulation of cellular immunity and range from mild, well-demarcated single lesion called tuberculite or TT to severe, extensive, poorly demarcated, prominent or nodular lesion called lepromatous leprosy. This image illustrates how the immune system, particularly macrophages, interacts with Mycobacterium leprae. The type of the immune response determines whether the disease manifests as tuberculous leprosy or borderline leprosy. Many inflammatory cells, such as neutrophils, lymphocytes, and monocytes, have roles in leprosy pathogenesis. Neutrophils, first responders in infection, play a minor role in leprosy but increase during acute reaction such as erythema nodosum leprosum. Lymphocyte. Lymphocyte is central in immune response to Mycobacterium leprae, and the type of lymphocytes such as T helper 1 response dominates in tuberculous leprosy, and T helper 2 response dominates in lepromatous leprosy. Monocyte. Monocytes is precursor to macrophage, which are the main target of Mycobacterium leprae. Elevated monocyte levels may indicate chronic inflammation. Research by Smith et al. And by Tanojo from Indonesia has been conducted on neutrophils, lymphocytes, and monocytes, and the ratio between them, namely the neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio and monocyte to lymphocyte ratio, to predict various inflammatory disease and contribute greatly to disease progression, including leprosy reaction. Study objective is the first, analyze neutrophil lymphocyte ratio and monocyte lymphocyte ratio by examine neutrophil lymphocyte ratio and monocyte lymphocyte ratio. To assess treatment response as evaluate changes in neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio after anti-leprosy therapy. And the third, to identify prognostic markers which determine the potential of neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio as indicators of disease activity. Material and methods. The study employed an observational pre- and post-control design, analyzing hematological data before and after anti-leprosy therapy. The study included 40 new patients with uncomplicated multibacillary leprosy, with the data collected at the time of release from treatment and until 3 weeks after completion. Data analysis was performed using SPSS and Excel, employing parity tests, ROC curves, and cutoff values to assess the significance of changes in neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio. The results. Sample characteristics such as this table, the first age in years, consisting of 24 people or 60% aged 17 until 45 years, and 16 people or 40% aged 46 until 59 years. The second is gender. There were 25 men comprising 62.5% of the total participants and 15 females comprising 37.5% of the total participants. And the third is multibacillary leprosy type. There are 18 people or 45% suffering from multibacillary leprosy without any reaction, and 15 people or 37.5% suffering from multibacillary leprosy with ENL or erythema nodosum leprosum reaction, and 3.7 people or 17.5% suffering from multibacillary leprosy with reversal reaction. The slide illustrates the distribution of the study population based on their leprosy reaction status, divided into three categories. Categories 1, reversal reaction with the smallest quantity at the top of the pyramid. 7 patients or 17.5% experiences a reversal reaction. And category 2, ENL reaction. In the middle of the pyramid, there are 15 patients or 37.5% who experiences an erythema nodosum leprosum reaction, a common inflammatory complication in leprosy. Category 3, without reaction. At the base pyramid, we have 18 patients representing 45% of the population who did not experience any leprosy reaction. This pyramid structure helps visualize the proportion of patients in each category, showing that the majority of patients fall into the without reaction group, while fewer patients experience inflammatory reaction like ENL and reversal reaction. This table summarizes the neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio and monocyte to lymphocyte ratio values before and after therapy in three categories of patient: no reaction, reversal reaction, and ENL reaction. Number 1, no reaction. Neutrophil lymphocyte ratio showed a significant decrease with p-value below 0.001, and monocyte lymphocyte ratio showed no significant change. Reversal reaction. Number 2, reversal reaction. Neutrophil lymphocyte ratio shows a significant decrease too, with p-value below 0.001, and monocyte lymphocyte ratio indicates no significant change. And number 3, ENL reaction. Neutrophil lymphocyte ratio indicates significant decrease too, with p-value below 0.001, and monocyte lymphocyte ratio indicates no significant change. Neutrophil lymphocyte ratio significantly reduced in all patient groups post-therapy, highlighting the effectiveness of the therapy in controlling inflammation. And monocyte lymphocyte ratio changes were minimal, suggesting that monocyte levels were relatively unaffected by therapy. To assess whether these two ratios can make a significant contribution to the difference between patients who respond to treatment and those who do not, we use ROC curves. Furthermore, ROC curves can be used to assess the accuracy of the ratios as potential biomarkers. Figures 1 and 2 depict the ROC curve, a visual representation of the classification model's ability to distinguish between positive and negative classes. Area under the curve is a single number that summarizes the overall performance of the model. It ranks from 0 to 1, where 1 indicates a perfect classifier and 0.5 indicates a random guess. Comparing two models, both models perform very well, and the model in figure 1 has slightly higher area under the curve, 0.93 compared to figure 2, 0.92. This suggests that the model in figure 1 may be slightly better at discriminating between the classes. Since the statistical results show that there is a decrease in the neutrophil lymphocyte ratio and monocyte lymphocyte ratio of leprosy patient before and after therapy, the extent of the decrease in the ratio based on the result of therapy can be calculated by measuring the therapy response index specifically for this ratio. Neutrophil lymphocyte ratio indicates that of those who did not respond, 81% showed a decrease in the ratio. Those with ENL, 79% showed a decrease in the ratio. Those with reversal reaction, 73% showed a decrease in the ratio. The therapeutic response index was calculated by initial neutrophil lymphocyte ratio and final neutrophil lymphocyte ratio per initial neutrophil lymphocyte ratio time 100. And the monocyte lymphocyte ratio shows that they are without reaction. 81% showed a decrease in the ratio. Those with ENL, 79% showed a decrease ratio, and those with reversal reaction, 73% showed a decreased ratio. Interpretation of therapeutic ratio index. The therapeutic ratio index calculation provides an objective picture of how leprosy patients respond to the treatment based on the neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio results. In clinical practice, it's also important to consider other factors such as patient symptoms, physical exam result, and therapy duration. And the neutrophil lymphocyte ratio can be affected by many factors. The interpretation of therapeutic ratio index, the first, without reaction height, therapeutic ratio index values indicate effective reduction of inflammation in absence of acute reaction. In the reversal reaction, lower therapeutic ratio index suggests antigen-specific immune reaction may require longer or more intense therapy. And in ANL reaction, high therapeutic ratio index indicates good response but still influenced by severe inflammatory process. Discussion. An elevation in the neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio in leprosy patient before the initiation of anti-leprosy therapy is indicative of heightened inflammatory activity in comparison to the post-therapy period. The occurrence of inflammatory condition in leprosy is attributed to non-specific immune responses that manifest in reaction to the infection by Mycobacterium leprae. A reduction in the neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio and monocyte to lymphocyte ratio following anti-leprosy therapy is indicative of an improvement in inflammatory condition status. This suggests that multi-drug therapy is an effective method of reducing overall inflammatory condition in leprosy patient. Changes in neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio reflect the balance between innate and adaptive immune responses in leprosy pathogenesis. Previous studies have shown that neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio can be simple, inexpensive, and readily available markers to assess inflammatory status in various disease conditions, including leprosy. Study by Tanojo show that the neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio are believed to reflect the balance between innate and adaptive immune responses, which play an important role in pathogenesis of leprosy. Significant changes in these two ratios indicate that the given therapy is successfully modulating the subject's immune responses. Consistent with the research, monitoring these two ratios may be useful parameter to evaluate disease activity and response to therapy. This is anti-leprosy drug therapy effect. Anti-leprosy therapy with bacteriostatic drugs such as clofazimine and dapsone has anti-inflammatory effects that can help suppress excessive inflammatory responses in leprosy patients. Synergistic drug combination in multi-drug therapy for leprosy are known to be effective in controlling infection, reducing tissue damage, and improving clinical symptoms in patients with leprosy. And also corticosteroids play a crucial role as anti-inflammatories when reaction occur. The findings of this study suggest that the neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio have a good potential in assessing patient response to anti-leprosy therapy. Therefore, both ratio can be used as reliable predictors of response to anti-leprosy therapy and may be considered simple in and inexpensive biomarkers for monitoring leprosy disease activity. Clinical application, this ratio may help in early detection and appropriate treatment to prevent complication. The study limitation, one, time point, only assessed hematologic changes at the end of the treatment. And second, limited number of participants may affect generalizability. And three, follow-up duration, lack of long-term follow-up to assess sustained changes in neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio. Further research with larger sample size and more complex methods is needed for more accurate results. With future research directions, longitudinal studies assess neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio changes at 3, 6, and 9 months of therapy. Larger cohorts include more diverse patient population across different regions. Combination with other markers explore neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio in conjunction with other inflammatory biomarkers. Clinical implication, treatment monitoring, the neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio can help assess effectiveness of anti-leprosy therapy. Early detection, this ratio may aid in identifying patients at risk of developing a reaction. And personalized medicine, this ratio could guide individualized treatment approaches based on inflammatory status. The conclusion, the result of this study suggests that neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio may be useful inflammatory markers for evaluating disease activity and therapeutic response in patients with leprosy. A significant decrease in both ratios after anti-leprosy treatment indicates an improvement in the patient's inflammatory status. These findings suggest that monitoring the neutrophil lymphocyte and monocyte lymphocyte ratio may aid in the management of leprosy, emphasizing early detection and appropriate treatment to prevent severe complications such as reaction and disabilities. Key takeaway, biomarker potential, this ratio show promise as a simple, cost-effective biomarkers for leprosy. Treatment efficacy, significant reduction, and this ratio indicate effectiveness of anti-leprosy therapy. And clinical application, this ratio may guide treatment decision and patient monitoring. If you have any question, please contact me at the email address below. Thank you. I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to share this with you. Wishing you all the best moving forward. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.